Hi everyone, it's Nicole and welcome back to my channel, and we're going to color a stamp again. This one is also from CC Design and it is called Pixie, and she is just so cute. She's just a little fairy and she's holding a dandelion. I just think that she's adorable. So we're going to start first with Copic. So let me tell you what colors I used. For her face, E00, E11, and R20. Her hair, I use E000, E02, E11, and E35. Her dress and shoes, I use R21, R32, and R24. The slip, I use YG00 and YG05, and her wings, I use BG0000. Now, with all these colors, I use them in the order, or I told you the order that I use them. So for like example, the face, I start with E00. Then once it's all covered, I go and kind of do the shading areas with E11. And then I use E00 again to just kind of blend out the E11. And then I go back at the very end. Once I find that I liked all the colors, then I add the R20 for the cheeks. And then I do the same thing with the hair. Start with the lightest color, go in with the shade a little darker, add some, areas where I want shading. Then I go back with the first color and kind of blend it in, and so on and so forth. And with the hair, also what I like doing is doing, I guess what they call flicking. So I go from, let's say, either the top of the head down, and I kind of flick towards the center of the head, or I start at the bottom of the hair and flick upwards and then use the lightest color to kind of blend it in. I do the same thing for the dress. I start with the lighter color and go on to the darkest color. Now, the reason, every time I do these, I kind of repeat myself, is because not everybody watches every video, and not everyone is, been with my channel for 10 years. I get quite a few new subscribers. So the cardstock that I use is there. It's probably Stampin' Up! Or Nina cardstock, like the 30 pounds or 25 pounds, which I didn't like. Stampin' Up! Is a close second because I find it doesn't feather much. And what I mean by that is if you go close to the edge of, let's say, between the arm and the dress, and if you go too close, it doesn't seep up into the arm, or the arm doesn't seep into the dress. It's really good as far as not doing that. Some papers, I find they are horrible for that. My paper of choice is the Hammermill cardstock that you can get on Amazon, the 110 pound. Now what I do is I start off and I use all Copics, and then once I have her done, the last thing I do is I add some distress glaze on top. Like I cut her out or cut the stamp set out, and then I add some distress glaze by either Tim Holtz or Judykins, that's what it is. And it just makes it so that the colors just pop. Once I'm done with the Copics, then I start with the Ohuhu. And for the face, I use R18, R19, R20, and R21. The hair is E210, E220, and BR2. The dress and shoes is R21, R9. The slip is GY172, GY4. And the wings is MG020. Now, I don't have a lot of colors for the face, and I'm sure I mentioned that before. There is a set, I think it's maybe 36, a set of 36, and it's called Skin and Hair. I was holding off on buying it because I was wondering if I wanted to buy another set that has 108 markers, and it has a lot of those skin and hair markers, or if I just wanted to get the skin tone. I'll probably just end up getting the skin tone. I'm holding off. I might not even get them. I don't know. Because I do have, 200 and almost 30 Copic markers, and I have about that much in Ohuhu. So I have quite a bit of selection. I was just trying to see, you know, kind of let you guys know, is Copic worth the $10 marker, or can you make do with using Ohuhu? Now, I have to say, if you're a professional artist, I probably say go with the Copics, because you can refill them. There's so many, the colors are closer together, like the tones, so it's easier to find shades to blend with. And the Ohuhu markers, you really have to like search, and sometimes I can only use 2 markers because there's not 3 markers in the sets that I have anyway that are close enough that I can, do the blending. Now, the difference in price is the Ohuhu markers is about $1 a marker, and the Copics are $10 a marker. Again, you can refill the Copic markers and you can't refill the Ohuhu markers. So you'd have to buy the marker once it dries up, and unfortunately they don't sell the markers by themselves. Now, the last part I like to do is to work in my bullet journal. I like to stamp the little stamp set that I do, and then because of some mistakes that I made in the previous pages, what I started doing is adding a 1/8 inch tape, like washi tape, around the stamped image, which, you know what, sometimes mistakes make you do something that you like even more. And I really like the fact that I started sort of highlighting, like the stamped image. So I stamp it in black in the bullet journal, and then I cut out, if you will, the stamp set, and then I put some tape that is not permanent, and then I put the stamp set or what I colored over that. And then when I'm going to be ready to use it in a page, I can just pull it off and use it. Another thing I do is I make another little box, and then I take some watercolor brush pens. A lot of them are from Tombow, or I have some also from Ohuhu, and I highlight every second line, and then I write down all the markers that I use for every aspects of the little girl. Oh, I know what happened here. This is the one that you'll see once I'm done. I'm like, what the heck? I end up putting this not like the next in line, but almost at the end of my book. So I'm going to have to move everything over to where it's supposed to be. But that's going to be it. That's going to complete this color with me. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe. If you're enjoying these videos, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below. And I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.